Imagine driving down a deserted highway, passing once thriving cities reduced to empty shells, shops boarded up, buildings overgrown, silence hanging heavy in the air. This isn't a post-apocalyptic movie scene, it's a potential glimpse into the future of America. A new study predicts that by 2100, thousands of US cities could transform into virtual ghost towns. But how did we get here? Buckle up because we're about to explore the shrinking map of America. The numbers game. The study, conducted by researchers at the University of Illinois Chicago, paints a stark picture. Nearly half of the country, almost 30,000 cities, are projected to face population decline, with some losing up to a quarter of their residents by 2100. The Midwest and Northeast seem particularly vulnerable, with cities like Detroit and Cleveland potentially facing dramatic shrinkage. But even booming regions like Texas and Utah aren't immune, with smaller settlements predicted to dwindle. But this story doesn't end with simple percentage. Let's dive deeper into the regional variation. Cities like Detroit, Cleveland, and Pittsburgh, once industrial powerhouses, have been bleeding residents for decades due to factory closures and economic decline. The study predicts further shrinkage, raising concerns about the future of these once proud communities. Even booming Sun Belt states aren't immune. While major cities like Phoenix and Austin are projected to grow, smaller towns across the region could face significant decline. Water scarcity, fueled by climate change, could exacerbate this trend in red regions. Small towns across the country are already experiencing a steady decline in population, with young people drawn to the opportunities and amenities of larger cities. The study suggests this trend will continue, potentially leading to the hollowing out of rural America. While average paint a concerning picture, remember, this isn't a uniform fate. Within declining regions might defy the odds, attracting new residents through innovative strategies and vibrant local cultures. It's important to look beyond the headlines and explore nuanced stories of individual communities. The culprits. We've delved into the grim numbers, but what forces are driving this mass exodus? Let's peel back the layers and expose the key culprits. Climate change. It's no longer a distant threat. Rising sea levels, extreme weather events, and water scarcity are making some areas increasingly uninhabitable. Imagine entire coastal communities forced to relocate due to rising tides, or cities in drought-stricken regions struggling to sustain their populations. Economic shifts. The American economy is constantly evolving, and not all regions adapt equally. The decline of traditional industries like manufacturing has left some cities struggling to attract new businesses and jobs. Meanwhile, the rise of the service sector and the knowledge economy favors larger cities with established infrastructure and talent pools. Demographic shifts. America's population is aging, with birth rates declining and life expectancy increasing. This means fewer young people entering the workforce, contributing to tax bases. Additionally, migration patterns are changing, with fewer people moving from rural areas to cities compared to previous decades. Technology's double-edged sword. Automation is transforming industries, potentially displacing workers and impacting local economies. While technology can also create new opportunities, the uneven distribution of its benefits can exacerbate existing inequalities and contribute to population decline in certain regions. The domino effect. These factors often interplay in a complex dance. For example, economic decline can lead to reduced healthcare access, further discouraging young families from settling in an area. Climate change can disrupt agricultural production, impacting rural communities and pushing residents towards urban centers. The ripple effect. We've explored the causes, but what happens when a city starts to shrink? Imagine entire neighborhoods eerily silent, businesses shutting down, and essential services becoming scarce. The consequences of depopulation are far-reaching and deeply ingrained in the fabric of community. Shrinking population mean fewer consumers and workers, leading to businesses closures and a decline in the tax base. Local economies stagnate, with limited resources for infrastructure maintenance, education, and healthcare. Communities struggle to attract new businesses and investments, creating a vicious cycle of decline. Empty streets and shuttered businesses create a scene of isolation and loneliness. Schools closed, community centers become idle, and cultural events dwindle. The sense of belonging and shared identities erodes, leaving behind a fractured social fabric. With fewer residents paying taxes, maintaining essential infrastructure becomes a challenge. Roads deteriorate, public transportation becomes infrequent, and essential services like sanitation and waste management suffer. The very foundation of a city weakens, further discouraging residents and businesses from staying. While population decline can have some positive environmental impacts, like reduced pollution, it also presents challenges. Abandoned buildings become eyesores, attracting vandalism and creating safety hazards. Untamed vegetation can encroach to urban areas, leading to fire, risk, and ecological imbalances. Beyond economic and infrastructural challenges, the real story lies in the human impact. Imagine families uprooted, businesses shutting down, and individuals losing their sense of community. Depopulation can lead to increased poverty, mental health issues, and a decline in overall well-being for those left behind. A glimmer of hope. Depopulation paints a bleak picture, but it's not an inevitable fate. Cities have a history of bouncing back from decline, and today, innovative solutions offer a glimmer of hope for the future. Let's explore some ways we can turn the tide. Transform empty spaces creatively, turning abandoned buildings into vibrant centers, as seen in Detroit's Easton Market and Pittsburgh Mill 19 Tech Hub. Embrace sustainability to attract eco-conscious residents and boost economies, envisioning cities powered by renewable and incorporating green infrastructure. Strengthen communities through initiatives like neighborhood watch programs and local arts projects, fostering a sense of belonging and attracting residents. Leverage technology for revitalization, with smart city initiatives enhancing infrastructure and online platforms connecting residents and promoting local businesses. Foster inclusively through policies, events, and resources, making cities appealing to diverse population and enriching the community. Welcoming newcomers, regardless of their background, is crucial for a city's future. Inclusive policies, culturally vibrant events, and accessible resources can make a city attractive to diverse population, fostering innovation and enriching the community. The future of America's cities may be uncertain, but one thing is for sure, it's up to us. Let's choose a future where our cities remain vibrant, diverse, and full of life. Let's turn potential ghost town into thriving communities, ensuring that American spirit continues to shine brightly for generations to come. Now it's your turn to take the center stage. We've explored the national trends, the root causes, and the potential solutions. But how does this translate to your own city? Where does your community stand on this map of potential decline? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you like this video, click the next one shown on the screen. I'm sure you'll like it. Thanks for watching.